In August, just a couple of weeks before you disclosed this massive hack, you said, and I want to quote you here, fraud is a huge opportunity for us. It is a massive, growing business for us. Now, Mr. Smith, now that information for about 145 million Americans has been stolen, is fraud more likely now than before that hack?
Yes, Senator, it is.
Yeah. So the breach of your system has actually created more business opportunities for you. For example, millions of people have signed up for the credit monitoring service that you announced after the breach. Equifax is offering 1 year of free credit monitoring, but consumers who want to continue that protection after the first year will have to pay for it, won't they, Mr. Smith?
Yes, Senator. The best thing a consumer can do is a locked product.
Okay, but they're going to have to pay after 1 year if they want your credit monitoring. And that could be a lot of money. So far, 7.5 million people have signed up for free credit monitoring through Equifax since the breach. If just 1 million of them buy just 1 more year of monitoring through Equifax at the standard rate of $17 a month, that's more than $200 million in revenue for Equifax because of this breach. But there's more. LifeLock, another company that sells credit monitoring, has now seen a 10-fold increase in enrollment since Equifax announced the breach. According to filings with the SEC, LifeLock purchases credit monitoring services from Equifax, and that means someone buys credit monitoring through LifeLock. LifeLock turns around and passes some of that revenue directly along to Equifax. Is that right, Mr. Smith?
That is correct.
That's correct. Okay, so from the second Equifax announced this massive data breach, Equifax has been making money off consumers who purchase their credit monitoring through LifeLock. So, look, you've got 3 different ways that Equifax is making money, millions of dollars, off its own screw-up. And meanwhile, the potential costs to Equifax are shockingly low. Consumers can sue, but it turns out that the average recovery for data breaches is less than $2 per consumer. And Equifax has insurance that could cover some big chunk of any potential payment to consumers. So I want to look at the big picture here. From 2013 until today, Equifax has disclosed at least 4 separate hacks in which it compromised sensitive personal data. In those 4 years, has Equifax's profit gone up? Mr. Smith?
Yes, Senator.
Yes, it has gone up, right? In fact, it's gone up by more than 80% over that time. You know, here's how I see this, Mr. Chairman. Equifax did a terrible job of protecting our data because they didn't have a reason to care to protect our data. The incentives in this industry are completely out of whack. Because of this breach, consumers will spend the rest of their lives worrying about identity theft. Small banks and credit unions will have to pay to issue new credit cards. Businesses will lose money to thieves, but Equifax will be just fine. Heck, it could actually come out ahead